What's up, y'all? We're the Young Old Couple. My name is Yolanda.
Hey, it's Bryant.
And we're back today. We're going to do a video today. We're going to talk about some topics that happened this week. We're going to start off with the Drake and Pusha T beef, which to me it really wasn't a real beef because, I think Pusha T
smells like
had
beef.
the kill shot with them. He brought out a diss track earlier this week called The Story of Adidon. I think that's how you say it. But he went all the way in. I mean, it was a track that was meant to hurt Drake and hit him, hard. Now his son, reportedly his name is Adidon or Adonis or something.
Adonis. I think his son's name is Adonis.
Yeah, and
I guess the diss track itself. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the diss track itself is like
the story.
Adidon.
Yes, the story.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Somebody give us the correct pronunciation of that. The pronunciation of that.
Yeah. The thing that got me was, I don't know if Duppy really, the response that Pusha T gave, if it was too hard, or if it was just meant to just destroy. I think he destroyed the whole beef. He destroyed it in that one track.
Well, I mean, I guess we're a few days in now. When was the?
I think it was around Memorial Day or the day after when he dropped it. So he gave some time to it. He probably was wrapping up. The tea that he got, because he spilled some tea. For those who didn't know, that Drake was messing around with this lady named Sophia. I think it was Sophie or Sophia.
Sophie something.
Yeah, and
names are not important. Names are important to me, not to me.
TMZ though, I know Pusha T was saying he's a deadbeat dad, but TMZ reported that Drake actually flew out the baby mom and the son on Christmas to spend Christmas with him.
That makes you a father.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Can I get just a holiday in?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Is that a real thing? Like, okay, if you just do holidays, you're a dad? That's news to me. I mean, but I guess to me, the deadbeat dad line is kind of more along the lines of you just not there. You not acknowledging the kid. The kid hadn't been acknowledged. Now they're saying there was a plan in works and Drake was going to acknowledge the child.
Yeah.
But the thing you haven't talked about yet, the thing you haven't said yet is the most important part to me is the picture of him in blackface.
Yeah.
So Drake this week, released explanation, I guess, or his attempt, their team's attempt at an explanation that really fell flat for me. And they're at this moment still scrambling, almost a week into this thing. They're still scrambling for a response. And I believe he'll have a response. It'll be done, kind of like the way Nicki addressed Remy Ma after she threw. It was like they waited. They knew it was a death blow. They knew it was such a hard-hitting record. So they had to wait and let it kind of die a little bit and then not address it directly. It'll be a feature. It might be, I'll be surprised if he comes at this directly. I said before, I think, Drake is losing money addressing any of this.
Yeah.
And the fact that he fell for it, fell for infrared as the bait. Infrared was the bait. And we can all see that now, hindsight being what it is. Infrared was the bait.
Yeah.
And he fell for it, and now he's intertwined in this beef that is dragging him down when he should be on this publicity run, promoting the upcoming album, the new Adidas line. Now the Adidas line is corrupted through a diss record. So he touching your money now.
But reportedly, he was going to mention his son on his upcoming album, which is supposed to be released the middle of June, the end of June. But that now has been messed up by Pusha T announcing it in his diss track.
Hey, look, we we trying to keep this short, and I've said this from the beginning. I can talk about this forever.
Yeah.
So to keep that from happening, we'll move on. We'll save a little bit of this maybe for the response that Drake has, if it comes at all. It's summertime. I like my beef, well done or medium rare.
Surgical summer.
This was bloody.
It was a surgical summer.
So we'll see how it continues.
Okay, so we didn't really touch on blackface, but Drake, your response really didn't line up with the blackface situation. But anyway, we're going to move on. And speaking of the beef, we're going to move on to Ye. He released a Twitter statement last night about the beef. He said, and I quote, "I've never been about beef. I'm about love. Lines were crossed and it's not good for anyone. So this is dead now." So it's dead. So we're going to move on. It was a good while it lasted, but Kanye has spoken, I guess. But
whatever
anyway,
that means.
Whatever that means. And speaking of Ye, Friday night, was it Friday he released his album?
It was Friday morning.
Friday morning-ish he released Ye. Have y'all listened to it? We haven't.
I haven't.
We haven't.
I was on the fence, to do a review. For those of you that don't know, I've put Kanye in timeout for me personally. This is a personal decision for me. So he's on mute status with my playlist and anything that I stream or listen to. So with that being said, I did not review the album. I've looked at other people's reviews. I've heard some of the chatter. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
To me, it hasn't risen to the point where I'm going to risk, crossing a line that I've drawn in the sand. I've drawn a line in the sand. So at this point, I'm not crossing that line. It's out. It's 7 songs. It's called Ye. It's getting mediocre reviews. Some people love it. Some people are like, this is just such a moody album. It's such a personal kind of thing where he's in his emotions and talking about, the world from his perspective. And if you're into wanting to know what Kanye thinks about things, or
free thought. If you're into free thought, listen to Ye and let us know, because I don't think we'll be listening to it.
Nope.
Comment down below on what you think the album sounded like. And we're going to move on from Kanye to his wife. She recently went to the White House and sat down with your president.
Who knew?
And she wanted to talk about prison reform. Now, I will say this about the situation. Although I don't like Kim Kardashian or the Kardashian family.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I don't like the way they move. But, speaking of that, her even going there and talking to President Trump about this lady out of Ellisville, Alabama, who was sentenced to life in prison for drug trafficking. It was her first offense, never been arrested before, and they sentenced her to life. Now, I don't know the severity of the situation. However, this lady spent 21 years in prison so far, and Kim was speaking to Donald Trump on her release, and I think that's noble. I really do. Only because she didn't have to do that. If she's at a platform where she don't have to do stuff like this, but she's trying to release Alice from prison. She's a grandmother. She's 63 years old. And, she made her mistake. Should she have gotten life in prison? I don't know. I don't know the severity. Like I said, I don't know the severity of the situation. However, I feel like, if Kim wanted to go down there and waste her time and talk to Donald Trump about it, then let her do that. That's her business.
I'm completely the opposite of this. I think celebrities especially, they have to be aware of their platform and their ability to reach people, and the fact that folks will use them for that. She got used for a photo op for the president. And I can't say he's not going to consider what she said, but I just feel like if he wanted to talk prison reform, there are so many other experts in the arena. There are so many other folks that could have spoke to what we need to focus on about prison reform.
Well,
so I say this is prison reform versus saying she's talking directly about this one thing.
Well, Meek Mill was supposed to, do that with him. Meek Mill was reportedly supposed to go to the White House and he pulled out at the last minute. So maybe.
Why would he be? Why Meek Mill has experienced it?
Right.
But this is again, from my point of view, this is an approach through fame instead of an approach through scholars, experts, people who've been, like Meek's been to prison, but Meek can't speak about prison reform. He can speak about his personal experience, about the judicial system and the things that he went through and still is going through. Prison reform, that's going to take some folks with some know-how, with some actual education and experience in the field and thinking about both sides of the issue and how we're going to come together and get something changed. Not a bunch of celebrities. I don't believe a bunch of celebrities is going to get this done. But I digress.
Yeah, I think that was a wasted trip for her. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think Donald Trump is the president that's going to bring about change in that area. But moving right along, we're going to go to the next topic. Your girl Roseanne, your wide mouth, loose lips. Roseanne went on Twitter earlier this week, hyped up on Ambien, and she made a tweet about sweet little old Valerie Jarrett. Not coming for anybody, out there doing her work in the community and doing her good work for people who are underserved. And all of a sudden, Roseanne felt like, and I'm not going to repeat what she said because it's ignorant, but she came for her. And I thought the response by ABC, they knew what type of woman she was, because this is not the first time she came out with those conspiracy theory tweets and those racial undertones in her tweets. So ABC knew what they was dealing with. So they reacted swiftly, which I applaud them for that. But to me, I'm like, you shouldn't have gave her a chance anyway. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's kind of where I fall on it. I mean, you play with snakes, you get bit. You play with fire, you get burned.
Yeah.
They knew who Roseanne was. In fact, they used her for that. They used her for that demographic. This, the social group that is basically her core group of fans. They were trying to reach that demographic.
Yeah.
And, basically they got what they deserved in this matter. They knew kind of where Roseanne stood on things. It's not a show that I watched. I mean, if you watched it and you like the show, then that's everybody has a choice. And I'm not against anybody's choice. So if you watched Roseanne, I guess you'll be going to reruns, or if they pull those, I don't know what you're going to do right now.
They pulled her reruns as well, and she lost a lot of sponsorships. But the people I feel sorry for is her cast, who didn't have those thoughts, who didn't say those things, who were punished right along with her. Kind of like the Cosby Show cast, who were demonized, or some who were demonized for not, speaking out or saying stuff against Bill Cosby. They were just lumped into that whole mess. So I feel sorry for the Roseanne cast. I know some of them will bounce back and, find other jobs, and then some of them might not. But, it's just an unfortunate situation. So now we're going to wrap it up. But we can't end this video without talking about what happened earlier this week. The Cavs versus Golden State. I don't know how many seconds was left on the clock. I think it was,
4 point something.
4 point something seconds. Your boy J.R. Smith dribbled the ball out instead of taking it to the hole.
Well, I mean, it was a in the moment kind of play. I'm not gonna make excuses for it.
There's no excuse.
There were so many different things that had led them to that point. I think the guy right now that's the happiest, and he probably won't say this, is George Hill. George Hill missed the free throw that led to the rebound, that led to what is probably going to go down as the most bone-headed play in the NBA Finals history.
Yeah.
The internet set fire to him. It's still happening. The LeBron memes, the J.R. Smith memes, the internet is undefeated right now. And there's not a lot to say. It was an incredibly dumb play to watch. It's amazing that LeBron is performing at the level he's performing at with the group of guys that he has around him, and they had a chance to beat the defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors. It's amazing.
LeBron he's balling, and he got a couple of misfits out there that he's playing with that, he can't ride it. He can't, carry that team on his back. He needs the help.
That's the only way he's going to get there. That team ain't got no legs. He going to have to carry them.
We'll see what happens tomorrow, game 2. We hoping, that the team had a meeting and they just hashed it out. They discussed what happened at game 1. They can put the past in the past, and J.R. Smith can get his gatherings about himself and move on and, live to fight another day.
Yeah. What she said, but no.
Anyway, guys, we're going to end this video here. We hope you enjoyed. If you have, please subscribe to this video. Please tap the bell so you can get notified when there's new videos uploaded. We're going to try to do this once a week for now. We're going to post them on Sundays. So if you will please subscribe. Go back and watch our old videos. The Young Old Couple. You can find it on YouTube. But anyway, we're going to check out.
Also, Free Therapy
Show.
SoundCloud. Don't forget that.
Don't forget that.
What up, Paul?
And you need to put the link at the end of the video.
I need to figure it out. We're terrible right now. It's gonna be a learning curve.
Yeah.
We can't even stick to time. So we're long when we're
long
supposed to be short.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get it together.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks guys.